In this video, I will show you how to be better than 99% of people. When people hear being better than 99% of others, they might think of material success or inborn talents. But Stoicism teaches us that true excellence lies in mastering oneself, especially one's reactions and behaviors. Let's dive deep into 10 transformative Stoic practices that can set you apart. Avoid toxic people. Imagine you are carrying a backpack. Every negative comment or action from a toxic person is like adding a heavy stone to your bag. Over time, the weight becomes harder to carry, making you feel tired and sad. They drain the energy and happiness from us. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers timeless wisdom, advises us to choose our companions wisely. Why? Because the company we keep affects our well-being and personal growth. In line with this, the renowned Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." This advice suggests the importance of surrounding ourselves with positive influences. By keeping distance from negative folks, we can protect our energy and mental peace. We can avoid getting caught up in unnecessary drama or pessimism. Instead, we'll find ourselves more focused, happier, and more inspired. Now, if you think like a Stoic, you'd handle this smartly. Instead of joining the negative talk or getting upset, you'd choose to stay away from that person. Maybe you'd go to another part of the party, chat with other friends, or even start a fun game. By doing this, you keep your backpack light and your mood upbeat. Establish daily routines. Routines are like anchors. They ground us when the waves of life become turbulent. By giving us a sense of order and predictability, routines can transform our day from a series of reactive events to proactive achievements. Stoicism at its core values discipline and order. It teaches us that while we can't control everything in life, we can control our actions and responses. By having a daily routine, we actively decide how to start and end our days, giving us a semblance of control and purpose. Stoics believe that life's quality isn't determined by external events, but by how we respond to them. Establishing a routine is a proactive way to ensure our responses are grounded, thoughtful, and in line with our values. With routines, we don't leave our days to chance, we design them. Let's visualize a day powered by routine. You wake up while the world is still silent, not because you have to, but because you choose to. The early morning stillness allows you to find a moment of peace, setting a positive tone for the day. Instead of reacting to immediate demands or checking your phone, you engage in a series of deliberate actions. Maybe it's meditation, journaling, or simply stretching. These actions are more than just tasks. They're rituals. They help you center yourself, prepare mentally, and set clear intentions for the day ahead. By the time the world starts buzzing and responsibilities call, you're already in a state of calm readiness. Your morning routine ensures you face the day not with anxiety but with purpose. Stop neglecting sleep. Stoics believe in doing things with purpose and thought. Rushing around and being busy all the time isn't the goal. Instead, it's about making smart choices and taking meaningful actions. But without enough sleep, our brains get foggy, and making good decisions becomes hard. We might snap at someone without reason or forget something important. That's why Stoicism tells us to value sleep. It's like giving our brain the right fuel. Think of your brain like a car. If you keep driving without stopping for gas, eventually it'll break down. Now, imagine you have a super important decision to make, like choosing a school or deciding on a job offer. If your car is running on empty, it'll be harder to think straight and make the best choice. But if you've had a good night's sleep, it's like your car has a full tank. You can think clearly, weigh the pros and cons, and make a decision you won't regret. Example: you're at work, tasked with selecting a vendor for a crucial project. There are multiple bids on the table, each with its own set of advantages and drawbacks. If you're exhausted, you might hastily select a vendor without fully evaluating their proposal, only to realize later that they don't meet all the project requirements. However, if you had been well rested, you would have taken the time to review each proposal in detail, consult with your team, and make a well-informed decision that best aligns with the project's goals. Sleep isn't just about resting. It's about giving our brain the power to work its best. In a world that's always go, 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 Stoics reminds us to pause, rest, and recharge. Only then can we truly shine. Focus on the present The real magic is right now. Most times when we're feeling stressed or anxious, it's because we're stuck on something that happened or worried about something that hasn't yet. By focusing on the present, right here, right now, we can actually feel happier and more relaxed. Stoics believe that yesterday is a memory and tomorrow is a mystery. We can't change what's happened and we can't predict the future. So why waste energy on them? Instead, Stoicism reminds us to enjoy the moment we're in. It's like unwrapping a gift every second, discovering what's special about right now. Imagine you're on a beach vacation. The sun's warm on your skin, the waves are gently crashing, and there's a sweet smell in the air. But instead of enjoying it, your mind is racing about the pile of work waiting when you get back home. You're missing the beautiful sunset right in front of you. Now, if you think like a Stoic, you'd do things differently. Instead of letting worries steal your joy, you'd kick off your shoes, feel the sand between your toes, and listen to the calming sound of the sea. You'd laugh with your friends or family, build sandcastles, and really be there in that moment, soaking in every bit of happiness. Stop gossip. Have you ever been in a situation where people start talking about someone else and it's just so tempting to join in? Gossip can feel like juicy, fun chatter, but it's actually a sneaky trap. It distracts us from things that truly matter and can lead us astray from being our best selves. Stoicism reminds us to focus on our own actions and thoughts, not others. When we gossip, we're not just talking about someone else. We're also not focusing on our own growth. Plus, gossip can twist the way we see others, painting an unfair picture. Stoics believe in integrity and clarity of mind. They think that our energy should be spent on building ourselves and helping others, not pulling someone down. The famous Stoic Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This means we should strive to be good and do good, rather than wasting time in idle chatter. Imagine you're at a coffee break and your friends start whispering about a co-worker's recent mistakes. The details seem scandalous, and it's easy to want to dive into the conversation. But if you were thinking like a Stoic, you'd handle this differently. Instead of adding your own 2 cents or encouraging the gossip, you might change the topic to something more positive. Maybe you'd share a good book you read recently or ask about weekend plans. By doing this, you're not only avoiding negativity but also steering everyone towards a better conversation. Life's too short to get caught up in whispers and rumors. Remember, every moment we spend gossiping is a moment we could have spent growing. Let's make our time count. Set realistic goals. Think of life as a vast sea and your goals as the compass guiding your ship. Just as you wouldn't aim to cross the entire ocean in a single day, in life too, it's essential to set goals that are both realistic and meaningful. Setting goals too high can lead to disappointment, while too low can mean we're not pushing ourselves enough. The Stoics say to pursue objectives that are within our reach and resonate with our core values. The focus isn't on chasing unattainable dreams or external validations, but on seeking genuine personal growth and understanding. When we set realistic goals, we're not merely looking at the finish line. Instead, we're committing to the journey, learning from each step and celebrating small victories. This approach not only boosts our morale, but also ensures that we remain engaged and motivated throughout our quest. Practical example. Let's take the case of John, a man in his early 30s. Inspired by his friends, John set a lofty goal of running a full marathon by the end of the year, despite never having run before. He started training, but soon felt overwhelmed and demotivated by the sheer magnitude of his goal. Taking a leaf out of the Stoic philosophy, he reconsidered and set a more realistic target: to run a 10K race within 6 months. He chose a training plan tailored to his level, celebrated each milestone, and by the end of the year not only completed the 10K, but also felt confident enough to sign up for a half marathon. John's approach, influenced by Stoicism, allowed him to achieve success by focusing on steady growth and meaningful progress rather than unreachable perfection. Stoic meditation. When we hear the word meditation, many of us might think of sitting cross-legged, eyes closed, seeking a blank mind. While that's a common form of meditation, Stoicism offers a unique approach. Instead of emptying the mind, Stoic meditation fills it with intentional reflection and purpose. It's not external events but our judgments about them that cause us distress. Thus, by examining and refining our judgments, we can achieve a more peaceful and purposeful life. This reflection isn't just passive contemplation. It's an active process of evaluating our day, acknowledging our triumphs, understanding our mistakes, and preparing ourselves mentally for the challenges ahead. Engaging in this form of meditation helps build resilience and gratitude. It sharpens our ability to remain steady during life's storms, and it nurtures an attitude of thankfulness for the everyday blessings that we might otherwise overlook. Good example: imagine a man named Alex. After a particularly challenging day at work where a project he led didn't go as planned, instead of drowning in self-pity or mindlessly watching TV to distract himself, Alex decides to engage in Stoic meditation. He sits in a quiet corner of his home and begins to reflect. He thinks about the project setbacks not as failures, but as lessons. He acknowledges the areas where he could have acted differently and appreciates the efforts of his team. Alex also recalls the morning's beautiful sunrise, the joy of his child's laughter, and the comfort of a warm meal, moments of the day he's grateful for. Before going to bed, he thinks about the next day, prepping his mind to face it with a renewed spirit and lessons from today. By practicing Stoic meditation, Alex not only finds peace in a tough situation, but also equips himself with wisdom and gratitude for the days to come. Stop devaluing yourself. Stoics believe in mastering their reactions to the world. To do this effectively, one must have a solid foundation of self-belief. Understanding that our worth isn't tied to the ebb and flow of life's events gives us the strength to face challenges head-on without self-doubt clouding our judgment. When you acknowledge your inherent value, you become immune to undue criticism. You're better equipped to take feedback constructively without letting it crush your spirit. You become more resilient and you're able to chase your goals with unwavering confidence. Imagine you've given a presentation at work, and while most colleagues praised your effort, one person criticized it harshly. Instead of spiraling into self-doubt, you take a Stoic approach. You remember that one person's opinion doesn't define your entire worth or capability. You objectively evaluate the feedback, taking on board valid points for improvement, but without letting it diminish your self-esteem. By anchoring your self-worth in a deeper understanding, you remain balanced, confident, and ready for the next challenge. Stop avoiding confrontations. Life isn't always a smooth sail. Sometimes we encounter choppy waters in the form of misunderstandings, disagreements, or conflicts. Many of us have the instinct to turn the ship around, avoiding these troubled spots rather than facing them. However, just as avoiding a storm doesn't calm it, steering clear of confrontations doesn't resolve the underlying issues. The Stoics believe that avoiding a problem only gives it more power over us. Instead, we should address issues directly with a composed mind and a goal of mutual understanding. When we muster the courage to address conflicts, we often find that they aren't as daunting as they seem. Moreover, confronting an issue allows for growth, clarity, and often leads to resolutions that benefit all parties involved. Practical example. Now imagine you're at work and you notice a colleague always takes credit for your ideas during team meetings. Each time it happens, you feel frustrated but choose to stay silent, fearing conflict. However, the more you avoid addressing it, the more it affects your morale and enthusiasm for your job. Taking inspiration from Stoic wisdom, you decide to face the issue. You schedule a calm, private conversation with your colleague. Instead of accusing, you explain your perspective and feelings. To your surprise, your colleague wasn't aware of how you felt and promises to be more mindful in the future. By confronting the issue, you not only regained your confidence, but also fostered better communication and understanding with your colleague. Define and live your values. In the maze of life, having a clear set of values is like having a compass in hand. It's a guiding force, pointing you in the direction that's true to who you are. This isn't about societal norms or external pressures. It's about the principles that resonate deeply with your inner self. Stoicism encourages us to be introspective, to understand our true nature, and to align our actions with our beliefs. In essence, it's not about living for the world, but for oneself in a way that's harmonious with the world. Living according to our values brings a sense of fulfillment that's unmatched. It's the difference between living reactively, tossed about by the whims of the world, and living proactively, with purpose and intention. By knowing our values, we make decisions that feel right, leading to deeper satisfaction and fewer regrets. Example: consider a man named Alex. He's worked in a fast-paced corporate job for years, earning a lucrative salary. However, one of his core values is family time, something his current role severely limits. One day he's presented with a choice: a promotion with even more money but less time at home, or a role in a smaller company earning less but offering a better work-life balance. Alex recalls the teachings of Stoicism, reflecting on the impermanence of life and the true nature of wealth. Instead of being lured by the bigger paycheck, he thinks of the moments he might miss with his children, the memories left unmade. Aligning his decision with his core value of family, Alex chooses the latter option. It's not just about the immediate comfort, but about the long-term peace and fulfillment that comes from living true to oneself. Being better than 99% isn't about outperforming in a race or accumulating wealth. In Stoicism, it's about personal mastery, inner peace, and leading a life aligned with virtue. Embrace these practices, and you'll not just stand out, but you'll find contentment that's rare in today's world. If you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more top-quality content. I see you next time.